So, hi guys, have you seen a question on equation of a straight line that is worth 10 marks? Good. If you have never seen, then you have not revised well KCSE last year, 2022. There was a question, equation of a straight line that was worth 10 marks. KCSE 2022, paper 1, number 19, as you can see. Now, we are going to solve this question and demonstrate how it was supposed to be done. The question asks, a triangle, let me read it with you. A triangle ABC is right angled at point A. The vertices of the triangle are A, 1, -2, B, 5, 4, Baba, and C, MN. The equation of the line BC is 5y minus x is equals to 15. Part A, determine the equation of the line AC in the form AX plus BY plus C is equals to O, where A, B, and C are integers. 4 marks. Then part that is part A1. Then part 2 requires the coordinates of point C. This is we are going to demonstrate how this question required the simultaneous equation at that point. Then the last part, line passes through point A and is parallel to line BC. Determine the x-intercept of the line. So the first thing you needed to know is to draw a sketch of this question. Okay? Yes. So let me draw a sketch of this question. So we say it is right angled at point A, this triangle. So you have this triangle, which is right angled at point A. And so say this is B and this is C. The vertices, A is 1, -2, and B is 5, 4. And point C is equals to MN, unknown. The equation BC, this, is equals to 5y minus x is equals to 15. Now the first question required you part A1 required the equation of line AC, equation of AC, this one. All right. In the form AX, please. The equation of line AC in the form AX plus BY, so AX plus BY is equal plus C equals to 0. Is equals to 0, where A, B, and C are integers. Okay, then we have the coordinates of. So the first thing you need to solve in this equation, you are supposed to find okay, so there are several ways you are supposed to do this. You need to find this equation. You have one point, you don't have the other. So one thing, to find an equation of a straight line, you need to have one point and the gradient. If you're not given the gradient, you're supposed to have a way you can determine the gradient, okay? You have another point, so remember this is 90 degrees. You have another point here and another point here. So you can be able to find the gradient of this and then use it to derive the gradient of this line. So gradient of AB, m of AB is equals to change in y over change in x. Change in y is 4 minus minus 2. So let us not have shortcuts and demonstrate well. So I'm looking for my wiper. I don't know whether I've misplaced it. Just a minute. Anyway, so that's what I see it. So you have a line AB, which passes through point 1, negative 2, and also passes through point 5 and 4. The reason I'm rewriting this is because it is easy to forget, or to, especially because I was doing 4 minus minus 2. Wakati combine it is easy to make a mistake. So this is line AB. Now the gradient is equals to change in y over change in x. Okay, go to mom first. So change in y over change in x is equals to, so remember this is x and this is y. So you take this minus this. So you can start with either. So if you start with 4, you have 4 minus minus 2 over 5 minus 1. Okay? If you start with negative 2, it is negative 2 minus 4. And then 1 minus that. So this is 6 over. So remember minus minus is positive. So it is 4 plus 2. 6. Then here is 4. So you have 3 over 2. Okay? So this is the gradient of AB. This m is equals to 3 over 2. But you want to find the gradient of this line. Okay? Gradient of AB, m of AC can be found as, we know, m1, m2 is equals to negative 1. That gradient 1 times gradient 2 will give you negative 1. And you have gradient of line 1. So say 3 over 2 times m2 is equals to negative 1. So m2 is equals to negative 1 times 2 over 3, which is negative 2 over 3. Remember, there are two scenarios where you can derive the gradient of a line using another. When they are parallel and when they are perpendicular. When they are parallel, you know the gradient is the same because the gradient is the slope. If two lines are parallel to each other, then they have equal slope. Okay? Now, we have said that when you have parallel, the gradient is the same. When two lines are perpendicular to each other, you say the product. If you multiply the two gradients, it will give you negative 1. And here we are. Thank you. Now, we were asked the equation of this line. So we have one point and you have the gradient. So line AC, it passes through the point 1, negative 2, and the gradient is equals to negative 2 over 3. So the equation of the line, or can be given as, you find a way of finding the gradient again. You say y minus minus 2 over x minus 1 is equals to negative 2 over 3. So you cross multiply. So you have 3y plus 2 is equals to negative 2x minus 1. This is 3y plus 6 equals to negative 2x plus 2. Negative 2 times negative 1. 3y equals to negative 2x plus 2 minus 6. So I don't know why I'm doing all that. Okay. So at this point, you are asked to give the equation in the form ax plus by plus c. So this point inafaa equal 0. So let us just do it the way it is needed. So all these values was let at this side. So you have 3y plus 6 plus 2x minus 2 equals to 0. Put like terms together. So you have 3y. You can start with the one you are asked to start. You are asked to start with the x. So 2x plus 3y, then plus 6 minus 2 is equals to plus 4 equals to 0. So this is your answer. Okay? But if you are just asked to give the equation of the line, we know that equation of a line is given as in the form we know the equation of a line is given in the form y is equals to mx plus c. So in that case, at this point, you could have said, so you have 3y plus 6 is equals to negative 2x plus 2. You say 3y is equals to negative 2x plus 2 minus 6, which is minus 4. Okay? So you have 3y is equals to negative 2x minus 4. Then divide by 3 by 3 by 3. You will have y is equals to negative 2 over 3x minus 4 over 3, or 1 and 1 over 3. So this should have been the answer. So if you give this as your answer, you'll be penalized because you have not given it in this form. You'll get marks for the method, but you lose 1 mark for the answer. So be keen, be keen. So here, this was the answer. So this one I've just done to demonstrate, okay? Alright, so with that, let us, we are in the disaster of rubbing answers, because the moment you rub an answer, you might need it in the next question. Remember, this question is worth 10 marks. Now, let us go to the next question. You are asked the coordinates of point C. Coordinates of point C, this one. So you have the equation of this line, and you have 1 point, and you are asked for the coordinates. It is difficult to know these coordinates because an equation can satisfy different points along that line, even if you extend this side. By just having the equation of a line and even 1 point, you cannot tell exactly with this point. You will need now the addition of this, that at this point, point C, this point satisfies this equation and also satisfies this. In other words, point C satisfies both equation 5y minus x is equals to 15, and this 2x plus 3y plus 4 equals to 0. Okay? So with this point, you are supposed to solve simultaneous equation. So you can rewrite them in a way that it is easy to solve the simultaneous equation. So we are used to having x, then y, then equal sign, and the other digits. So even this one, you can write ukianza na y, but let us rewrite it the way we are used to. So you have negative x plus 5y is equals to 15. Is there anything that I've done to this equation? I've just rearranged them. So there's nothing I've done. So here you can have this one, you can have 2x. So you have 2x plus 3y. Then this 4, you take to this side, it becomes negative 4. Okay? Now let us solve. You can equate and you can use any method you want. So let us multiply this by 2, and we will have we will have this is negative 2x plus 10y is equals to 30. And then you have this is 2x plus 3y is equals to negative 4. With that, then let us add. You add the 2. When you add this, you get 0. So this one ends. This is 13y, and this is, if you add, you get 26. So 13y equals to 26. So y is equals to divided by 13 divided by 13. You have 2. Now you can replace in either equation. So let us replace here. You have 5y minus x equals to 15. So 5, 2 minus x is equals to 15. This is 10 minus x is equals to 15. Negative x is equals to 15 minus 10. So negative x is equals to 5. So divided by negative 1, x is equals to negative 5. So a point, a coordinate C should be given as, so C, which is mn, should be given as cxy, which is c negative 5 and 2. So this is the answer. Okay? Yes, thank you very much. Up to that point we are good. So this question was 2, and this one was A1, and this was A2, this part. Okay? Yes, so forget about the rest, but we are doing this. Now, another line passes through. So the last part, another line passes through point A, and is parallel to BC, parallel to this. So another line parallel to this, like this, passes through point A. Determine the x-intercept of the line. So this one, we are being asked about x-intercept. What is x-intercept? So y-intercept, we know that an equation is given as y is equal to m. So our blackboard is so messed up. We need to clear things. So we know that an equation is given as y is equals to mx plus c, where c is the x. Is it the x-intercept or the y-intercept? It is the y-intercept. What does that mean? So when x is 0, y is equals to c. So x-intercept is when the line cuts the x-axis. Y-intercept is when the line cuts the y-intercept. So this is y-intercept. Because if you have this 0, then everything is 0 here. So you have y is equals to c here. When x, you know this is 0, then 1, 2. Kwenda hivi. So when x is 0, you have the y as this. So this is the y-intercept where the line cuts the y-axis. Okay? So what about the x-intercept? So y-intercept, x is equals to 0. Alright? Then x-intercept is just the opposite, that y is equals to 0. So this question requires you to find the equation of this line, and then when you find that equation, you say y is equals to 0 to find the value of x from that equation. So it is easy. Now, we said that for parallel lines, the gradient of this and this should be the same, and here we have the equation. So we can rewrite it in the form y is equals to mx plus c, so that we can get the gradient. So 5y is equals to x plus 15. Y is equals to 1 over 5x plus 3. So this is the gradient of this line and is the same gradient of this other line. Are we together? Because they are parallel lines. Okay? Now, with that, let us and you also have a point mahali imepita. You have the gradient and the 1 point. So since we did this, let us clear this space. Maybe next time we will have a big whiteboard space where we don't have to rub part of the work. Maybe if you get another board like this so that I can put it, what do you call it? Isimame hivi, the other one isimame, so that you can do that other space yote. Now, so we say this line, new line, gradient m is equals to 1 over 5. And it also goes through point A, passes through point A, which is 1, comma, negative 2. To find the equation of this line, you have, how do you find the gradient? It is change in y over change in x. So y minus 2, x minus 1 is equals to 1 over 5. So 5, y plus 2 equals to 1, x minus 1. So this is 5y plus 10 equals to x minus 1. 5y plus 10, 5y is equals to x minus 1 minus 10. So 5y equals to x minus 11. Y is equals to 1 over 5x minus 11 over 5. So this is the equation of that line. But that is not the question. The question is, find the x-intercept. The x-intercept of the line where that line cuts the x-axis. When it cuts the x-axis, you have 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So when it cuts the x-axis, y is 0. So y is 0. So for x-intercept, you can write x-intercept y equals to 0. So replace here. 0 is equals to 1 over 5 x minus 11 over 5. So if you take this to the other side, you have 11 over 5 equals to 1 over 5 x. So multiply by 5 both sides. So x is equals to 11. Okay? So if you are asked to give the point where the line cuts the... So that was the answer. But if you are asked the point when where the coordinates of the point where the line cuts the x-axis, you will have... see, a point you are given is xy. So hapa kwa 11 halafu 0. So this would be the point. Okay? And if you ask about the y-intercept, you just take this negative 1 over negative 11 over 5. Because you know when you put 0 here, this will end. This one, itaisha, itabaki this one. Okay? And if you are asked about the coordinates, you have 0. You would have 0, 0, and then negative 11 over 5. This would be your answer. But in this case, so this is just additional information. You are asked about this. So this question came in KCSE 2022, paper 1, number 19. And it is a very interesting question. I would like to so let me know what you think about this lesson. Please like this video, like, comment, and please subscribe. I hope you have already subscribed to this channel. Because when you subscribe and you turn on the notification bell when I upload new videos, you will be able to get this video. And also by subscribing, you are helping to grow the channel so that whenever I upload my videos, you'll also be able to reach more people. So please, subscribe. Subscribe kabisa. Thank you, very important.